Part of our 2025 North Dakota Shrine Bowl player profile, joining us from the Lisbon Broncos is Parker Tapson. And Parker, when you got the word that you were going to get invited and nominated and represent Lisbon here at the Shrine Bowl, just kind of take us through what it means to you to be, representing Lisbon here coming up.
I mean, it means a great deal to me. We had a couple of years back. If you remember Caleb Olson playing football at UND now, and he was a big kind of like mentor towards me, and when I was only a freshman in high school, and then I've had siblings too in the past that have played in the Shrine Bowl, so that kind of it means a big deal to obviously Lisbon, but then my family as well to be able to play and compete. And
Take us through. You mentioned families. What have you heard about of the event? How you've obviously been there in some capacity. It has moved around to different locations throughout the last couple of years, but this, I think, the third straight year now it's at Mayville State. But what does it mean just to kind of continue that family tradition?
I mean, it means a lot. I've had, like I said, brothers that played in it, and they've always told me that it's a cool, like it was a cool thing back then. I mean, a cool thing now, and they've said like it's like even then it meant a great deal to them when they were in high school and their coaches, and I mean, yeah, it means a great deal too, especially like the community to see everybody congratulate me, whether it just be when they see me around town or, see me at sporting events now doing track or, it's special for sure.
After Lisbon, you're heading off to Mayville State. You continue to play football, but also do a little bit of business. Just take us through what made Mayville State the right decision for you to play football, but also continue academically there as well.
I think it was really two things that really sold me was the just kind of like the game atmosphere. I remember when I went down for my game visit, they like we got to go into their locker room and we got to like see all the players like getting ready for the game and just kind of like getting in that right mental state of mind, whatnot. And then we got to walk with the players too from where their locker room is down to the field, and they walk like right where like all like the tailgating stuff is and whatnot. I mean, it was really cool to be a part of that. And then that was the one place I went to on a game visit where we got to be with the team while they played the games. Like I was on the sidelines with them, and it was really cool to be able to see just kind of how the coaches are, how they coach, and just yeah, be a part of that. I mean, it's I mean, I'm sure Mayville. I mean, it's not super big, but I mean, it's definitely they fill it up pretty good, and then it's always fun.
When it comes to your particular coaches that you've had, Parker, whether it's for football with Coach Mark Moss and company, what's just something that you've learned from your coaches in any particular sport that you hope to carry with you once you get to the college level?
I think I think just communication, honestly. I mean, I think, I'm sure a lot of people talk about it, but it is really important, I think. I mean, if you don't have that right communication, whether that's with your coaches or teammates, I mean, teammates especially, communication is really important because those are the kids you're playing with, obviously, during the games, but
Was there a particular player that's on going to be on your football team that's either going to be a future Comet with you, or maybe there was some region rivals that now you get to be, on the same side of the football field
Right.
for a change? Anybody, a
Um,
couple players that you're excited to play with here, Parker?
so I have a teammate of mine. His name is Hunter Lukes, and he's going to play football at Valley City this next year. And then Chris Titus from Oaks is playing football at Mayville, and Bryson Heck too from Valley City, and those are both kind of guys I've gotten to know over this past year just with seeing them at Mayville and seeing them at like junior day visits, vacation visits, all that, and then now that we've all kind of committed, and so yeah, it's fun to kind of talk to them about that and just get to know them.
As you get ready for the Shrine Bowl, I guess what's the one thing you're most looking forward to in terms of the experience? Obviously, going from high school, go to college, you get a little preview of what Mayville State will kind of be like that week. But what are you most looking forward to once you get up to Mayville for the Shrine Bowl here, Parker?
I don't know. I think just being able to like kind of I feel like it's kind of like I feel like it's like the end of like high school football, but like the start of the next kind of chapter of college football, especially considering, like I said, like I've now teammates this next fall who are playing in it too. So it'll be fun because I'll have, I'm sure teammates and coaches for sure will come up to watch me. So that'll be sad, obviously, the last time I'll get to put on Lisbon Bronco helmet and, but then at the same time it'll be fun and exciting because, yeah, I'll get to play with some guys who I'll be able to play with in college for the next 4 or 5 years, whatever. And
When it came to football, any superstitions? Did you have to listen to a certain song or put the left shoelace on before the right shoe? That type of stuff. Anything come to mind when it came to superstitions here, Parker?
not really. No, I mean, kind of, we just, and I'm sure it's how it is in every, we just, had a big old speaker and played music and kind of got ready as, we usually we would put all of our gear on around like start to put it on around like 5:45, something like that. Because then the specialists would go down to the field at about 6:10. And everybody else would go down to the field at like, 6:15, 6:20. So, I mean, just kind of, I guess it's not a superstition, but just, being able to chill out and just kind of be with your friends and whatnot before you get ready to play. And
When it came to Lisbon, is there a particular class or a particular subject that you really enjoyed learning more about?
I'd say history classes, really enjoyed those. And I think it's just because it's not, I think it's like, it's kind of like a brain break almost in a way. Cause it's like, like I enjoy like science class. Never been like the biggest math guy or anything, but like I like math, just, it's you thinking all the time. It's hard. Science is kind of the same way. And then you get to history and it's just, you get to learn and, just fun atmosphere to be around. And especially the history teacher that we have down here in Lisbon, Mr. Moss and Mr. McCleary are both really good guys and been coaches of mine too for football and whatnot. And yeah, fun to be around them.
Final thing for you, Parker, before we let you go, just words of advice. If someone wants to be in your shoes, has an opportunity to play in a all-star game in their respective sport, or possibly play at the next level after high school, would be some words of advice that you like to pass down for the future generations.
I'd say get in the weight room. The weight room always helps. I mean, I know it's crazy what it can do for you. Because I remember being a freshman and then hitting the weight room super hard that summer and all the summers after the fact and growing to the size I am. And I say it definitely helped me a lot to be bigger a lot of the times in the competition we were going up against. And then, yeah, like you said, be able to compete in the next level. That's definitely helped.
Hey, Parker, congratulations on being nominated to the Shrine Bowl, and thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Join us now here from the Maple River Raiders is T. Sylling as he will partake in the 2025 North Dakota Shrine Bowl. T, just for you particularly here, what does it mean to make the Shrine Bowl and play in a game like this?
I mean, it feels tremendous. I feel like it's a great accomplishment that I have, and I'm just really thankful for my teammates and coaches that have helped me along the way. And I've heard about it for a while, and I've really never known what it meant. And I like what it brings, and I like the opportunity that it is.
When you are going to the Shrine Bowl coming up here in Mayville and then making your way to Sioux Falls for collegiate football, this is kind of a nice bridge or a gap, if you want to call it, going from high school to college. So, what's the one thing you're most looking forward to once you get to Mayville and compete with some of the best players across the state?
I think it'll really show that of the skill that I'll be able to see if I'll be able to compete down in Sioux Falls, and I'm sure I will be able to. I'm just really excited to play with the guys that I've heard about and just seen, and just other guys that are successful and have the same drive as me.
On the nine-man front, when you saw the roster, was there a region rival? Was there someone that you got to see on highlights or on social media, T, that you're excited to have on your side of the football for a change instead of tackling someone or having someone that's, going to be having a chance to play with them as opposed against them on a particular game day?
I know Lamore and New Rockford have some dogs that'll be pretty fun to play with.
What does it mean to be another Maple River Raider? Obviously, a new program when it comes to the co-op. Connor Dahl was able to be there last year. You're there here this year. What does it mean just to continue that legacy? A couple of seasons in a row here, having a Raider, be in the Shrine Bowl.
I think it's really cool that I can be able to represent our school in that way, and I'm just really excited for it.
Favorite football memory, T, is what? What's a couple of favorite football memories that come to mind for you?
I'd probably say playing with my brother 2 years ago. He was a senior and I was a sophomore. And then probably this year, my senior year, that we were able to have some sort of success. And it was just a lot of fun to play with this group of guys that I did this last year.
As you go back through during your time here with Maple River, what's one thing when it comes to football that you think that what's one thing in terms of football that some kids should learn to do? Obviously, nine man, you play both ways. Heck, you play three ways when it comes to special teams as well, T. But is it offense? Is it defense? Is it having an ability to block? What's one thing as if you're a 12, 13-year-old kid wanting to play on the varsity, what would be something of words of advice or encouragement or an area to improve upon?
I would just say learn your program as much as you can and just continue to move forward no matter like how small the goal is. Just make small goals for yourself and just try and achieve them as like as quick as possible. And just know who's on your side. Like get to know your coaches, get to know your teammates, and just build those relationships. That'll take you a long way.
Heading to USF again to play Division II in the NSIC. What's one area have you been talked about if you're going to be on offense or defense? Is it more an athlete? Just see what your first year brings. Just take us through what you expect once you get down to Sioux Falls coming up in August, T.
I started out as kind of more of an athlete, but then they moved me to outside linebacker, and I'll be pretty excited to do that.
Take us through when it came to Friday Night Lights. Was scoring a touchdown? Was it getting after a quarterback when you were on the line or as a linebacker? Just take us through what was something that you really enjoyed playing Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, those tackle for losses sacks are pretty fun, and I got a couple or one safety this year, and that was pretty cool.
When it comes to just superstitions, did you have to do anything before a football game, T, or was it let's just gear up the pads, get to warm ups, and see where kickoff kind of goes?
Yeah, just before the game, I would pop a couple ibuprofen and say my prayers and just go out and be with my guys.
The cannon that was there up in Maple River when you guys would score a touchdown, come off, or so when you had the particulars with the starting lineups. Just what does that kind of mean to have something local at a high school level that has a tradition like that? And obviously, seeing some of the smoke and haze that you would have at particular times in that valley, scoring a couple of touchdowns. How cool was that to have a cannon, so to speak, T, when you guys would do well?
You never really get used to it. It surprises you every time because you just forget about it. And especially like after a touchdown or something, you're celebrating with your teammates and you just hear it super loud bang behind you, and you're like, "What just happened?"
When
And then you'll come back to it.
when it comes to school, what's a favorite subject, or what was a particular course that you really enjoyed learning more about there with Maple Valley High School?
I like science, anatomy, and physiology.
And a final thing for me, T, just kind of some from your coaches. What's one thing that you kind of learned from Coach Fontaine and your coaching staff there in football that you hope to carry with you once you get down to Sioux Falls?
I really just like to carry on that, just to never give up and just give 100% in everything you do, and just always like trying to figure out what you're doing, no matter what it is, and just no matter how small it is, just complete it.
Hey, T, as always, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck moving forward here, and best to yourself going down to USF or collegiate football as well.
Thanks, Chase. Appreciate it.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.